Hello, Kenyans. They say politics is a dirty game. That is what they say. But I submit to you that politics is not a dirty game. Politicians are the dirty players in the game of politics. So that is why, for you to survive, sometimes you have to play dirty. Not necessarily because the game is dirty, but the players make the game dirty. Now we have seen what has gone on in the last few months and weeks in our political landscape, and it is something that really has gotten people unaware and shocked. But that we need to understand a few things so that we are always ahead of these politicians, so that they don't just take decisions and then we look like we have never seen that coming. So it happened, it will keep to happen, and it is happening even right now. So we must analyze the behavior of politicians and the practice of politicians so that we remain ahead of them. So I'm bringing to you the politics, discussing and analyzing our politicians and political maneuvers, the undertones that really are part of the game, so that we are informed on which direction are we bound to take as a people. And before I do that, I would want to request us to subscribe to this politics channel so that we continue growing, because we cannot be where we are without you, our subscribers and viewers. So today I want to talk about the behavior of Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, and the ODM Secretary General. We all have seen how he's been very, very categorical about his support for Kenya Kwanza government and his position as the ODM Secretary General. He has even reminded us that it is not a must that he becomes the ODM Secretary, because there are other people really, and he cannot hold that position forever in trust. But we have seen him lead the ODM entrench together with his ODM party leader Raila Amolo Odinga in signing an MOU with the United Democratic Alliance Party. And it's a position that he did, but we all heard what he said while there. He said that we are reading this MOU so that people understand it for what it is and what it is not. End of quote. So therefore, is Edwin Sifuna true to his words? Could he be playing games to his supporters? Or what exactly is happening? So I want to dive deep and analyze Sifuna's behavior. For me, I have 4 reasons that explains Sifuna's behavior. Let us dive in. The first reason is that I suspect that Sifuna is Raila's mouthpiece. You understand that now Raila has no voice. The fact that he joined government through the back door, it is not easy for him to critique this government. So Sifuna seems to be the appointed one, the favored one, to present critical messages to government in a way that is very clear and very precise. He has called out the abductors, he has called out the corrupt, he has called out those who masquerade to stand for good leadership, but in essence, they stand for the opposite. Sifuna has been very critical of this government, even despite having signed that MOU. It is the lone voice in ODM that is speaking against the ills of this government. And for me, I believe that is Raila's voice through Sifuna speaking. If you pay attention to what Sifuna says, in the presence of Raila Amolo Odinga, by studying the behavior of Raila Amolo Odinga while seated in front of Sifuna, then you will also realize that then Sifuna is speaking the message as It has been said by Raila Amolo Odinga. That is clear. In fact, when Sifuna sees Raila in front of him, he starts to critique. He sends signals. He sends warnings. He tells the government, you cannot do one, two, three. And Raila seems comfortable and okay with that. Meaning that then Sifuna is Raila's mouthpiece. The second reason is that, remember, Sifuna is the ODM Secretary General. And he is so outspoken. So that for me, I believe he will be used by Raila and ODM to bring UDA down. Yesterday in Manzoni, he spoke about how he odds the MOU as a marking scheme. He is able to tick the boxes when the government fulfills what they have agreed or when they go against the agreement. He's ticking. So that means because a lot of things in that MOU could have been easily implemented by the government without the involvement of ODM, we are not sure that they can really achieve them, because if they would, they could have done it already. So ODM knows that this is a trap they have laid for UDA to fall into. And the person who will take UDA to that trap is none other than Edwin Sifuna. And so that is why he's speaking the way he's speaking and bringing their mistakes to the fore for Kenyans to see. And that for me is a masterstroke from Raila Amolo Odinga in bringing UDA down by showing the wananchi that even despite ODM going to help these people, they are up to nothing. They are beyond redemption. And so we quit this government. So that is the position for me that, again, Sifuna is occupying. Is the weapon. He is the tool that ODM and Raila will use to bring down the United Democratic Alliance and the Kenya Kwanza government generally. That is what I think. Number three, reason why I think Sifuna behaves the way he's behaving is because, remember, Sifuna is the Nairobi senator. Nairobi is a cosmopolitan county. In fact, all the 42 tribes of Kenya probably are represented in Nairobi. And we know the voting patterns, we know the demographics, community-wise, tribe-wise, age-wise, you understand that. So Sifuna knows that there are Kikuyus in Nairobi. Sifuna understands that there are Luos in Nairobi. So he cannot antagonize the Luos who support Baba, and neither does he want to be on the wrong side of the Kikuyus who support Rigathi Gachagua. So therefore, for Sifuna, he has to strike a balance of the two so that the Luo do not see him as a betrayer because of betrayal Raila Amolo Odinga, or the Kikuyus do not feel like this guy is propagating a narrative that continues to malign and sideline Rigathi Gachagua. So that's the reason why Sifuna must play the cards very well. In fact, some of the cards should be close to his chest so that he plays a good game of politics, so that his support base remains strong, so that in 2027 he is assured of a re-election. Maybe if Sifuna was on another position, which has nothing to do with the tribes, he would be having a strong position on where he lies. But right now, he is managing Mount Kenya votes, he's managing the Kamba votes, he's managing the Luo votes, he's managing the tribal voting blocks that we have in Nairobi by not being categorical on where he stands. But he understands that by not strongly supporting Kenya Kwanza government, he is playing safe because people won't see him as a betrayer. Because as we talk right now, we all know where the majority of the people are. Anything to do with government is a voodoo. And so he has to be seen to be with the people more than the government. That is my analysis. Number four, and finally, Sifuna wants to remain relevant in ODM. And that is why he is behaving that way. Imagine, it was so easy for him to quit ODM long time ago and just focus on his politics. But Sifuna, in his mind, understands that while in ODM, He will have it easy as a politician, as a politician, and as one of the key parts of the party, holding one of the key positions of the party. He understands that he wages some influence, he wields some influence, and that influence makes him a class above the rest. So he understands that it is important for him to play the game in a way that he does not offend the powers that be in ODM, neither does he offend the ODM supporters. All right? So that will make him remain relevant in ODM. And for that matter, number one, is going to be easy for him to get the ODM ticket for 2027 for any position that he chooses to vie on. And number two, he will be able to retain the position of the Secretary General. Because if he loses that, probably he will lose some of the say that he has. Because there are places where Sifuna finds himself by virtue of him becoming the ODM Secretary General. All right? That is my take. What is your take? Kindly let us have a conversation in the comment section. So let us see what you think. What do you think? You know, I may be right, I may be wrong, but that is strongly what I feel is the reason why Sifuna is behaving the way he's behaving. Thank you, and bye-bye.